Hello there everybody, I want to welcome you back to Lost Odyssey Sewer Edition. It's Chocolate Milk here, and with our new party member, Seth, we're going to go back to the sewers with Team Seth, which we've seen a lot of in the last few videos, but it's almost over.
It's the smell of monsters.
Don't be afraid.
Mama, let's leave Boy King here. He'll just be in the way.
I don't think so.
Seth's kind of funny. I love Tolton. Must you call her Mama? It's very odd from someone your age. And I agree. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, just like Tolton does. That's pretty much the one thing I can agree with Tolton on. It's just kind of weird to hear a 60-year-old man call his mom a Mama. But while we're here, let's check out our new party member, because we haven't seen him before ever. He's defaulted to the back row. I would put both Tolton and Seth in the back row. But that's just my personal preference. Remember that Seth is an immortal, and now it's your choice if you would like to put your skills towards Tolton or Seth. Seth has some really, really cool abilities. He's got double gold, double SP. He's got some like auto shield. Like, he's got some really, really cool stuff that you can link to. So if you're having problems, you can, you know, put auto shield up or something. The only bad thing about Seth is that they take a lot of skill points to learn, so it's totally up to you. But you'll get a feel for the kind of party member that Seth is, and whether or not you want to use him later on in the game when we get reunited. And there's still random encounters in this area, of course, like there were in all the other parts of the game. But they give you some new enemies now that we hadn't seen earlier. And that doesn't mean they're any harder, they just give you generally bigger mobs of enemies because you have 3 party members now. I still wouldn't worry about it though. When you get to this little area, this is actually where the Gohtzan Army drilled in to get to Oro, so they came through the sewers, I guess. They had the same idea that we did.
Got something to say now?
Except we're a little more sneakier than they were. We don't have a giant drill.
They can't wait to fight.
Quite honestly.
Good for nothing but target practice.
Sid, stop picking on him. It's not his fault he was born with a silver spoon
And
in his mouth.
I love it that Seth
So sorry.
still acts like a mother.
But that's the way I am.
No, I don't know, that sounds
I get
funny.
heartburn whenever I see someone in power.
Because no
Well,
matter
for
how
the
old you are,
moment,
you still
Tolton
act like a
has no
mother or like a
power.
father or like a parent, but
Really?
it just looks
All right,
strange
knock it
because
off.
she
He's
looks
after
younger
the
than he
same
is.
enemy we
So
are.
in the game,
The same enemy.
it's just like, shouldn't he be telling you what to do? But that's not the case. Seth and Seth are more like friends than they are mother and son, as you'll find out later on.
It's fine.
And then you'll see the Grand Staff, which we already knew that it was flying, but they didn't. And if you saw a giant staff flying through the sky, I'm pretty sure that you would be shocked too. That was just a really random miniature cutscene, and after that you'll be able to move on. Not much can be said about that. Now this area, you'll want to skip the door, although your first intuition is going to be to go through the door, because there's some treasures that you'll want to grab, of course. And why else would we strave off the beaten path? And then this area of the sewer, there's a lot of switches to turn and gates to open and secret passages and ladders to climb and things like that, more so than the other parts of the sewer, so you'll just want to be wary of that. Now when you get to this part, you're going to walk through the water very, very slowly, so I've sped this up because it would take 4 freaking ever if I didn't. Basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go straight with taking no turns, until you get to the very bottom, take the right-hand turn, and then ignore all the turns on this path until you get to the very end. Because as you can see, there's some treasure to grab, as well as a pot. And they give you all these paths on purpose to try to screw you up. But it's pretty easy to figure out if you get to this point. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go back, come up, and go north. And now you're going to want to head towards this waterfall, because you can see there's actually a door behind it. Aha, secret hidden door. And look at that, more treasure that we wouldn't have been able to get otherwise. And luckily for us, we don't have to trek back through the water. We can take up and go on this ladder, which is nice and conveniently placed for us. And ta-da, we're back where we started. Thank you, gate. Those gates are really a mixed blessing in this area. Some of them are really, really great shortcuts, and then there's other ones that are completely unnecessary, and they throw you off because you forget where you've been, because your first intuition is going to be to unlock all of, or open up all the gates, but it can kind of screw you up sometimes. And I have gotten lost in this place on previous playthroughs just because there is so much switch turning and things like that, but I did a pretty good job when I went through here for this walkthrough. I really didn't get lost. The only thing I had troubles on was that gate puzzle that we saw a little while ago to get that item that was floating in the water, but at this point on, it's a little bit more straightforward. And there's another shortcut. Now that one's pretty unnecessary, which is what I meant. Like, that one really doesn't need to be there, but they put it there anyways. I guess it's good though if you die. I think that's probably mainly what it's there for, is if you die, you'll be put back to that save point that we saw in the very beginning of the video. And so those gates will make it easier to get back to where you are if that happens. You know, if you're really, really under leveled or something like that. Or if you just get really unlucky. Which really shouldn't happen. Another thing that could happen is if you get lost and then you just lose all your MP or items or stuff like that. I've never died in here, but I've certainly gotten lost. I've been really frustrated. This is another area of the game that I'm not fond of, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible to the point where I hate it and loathe it or anything like that. More stuff to grab. As you can see, they give you two ladders, one on the left side, one on the right side, and I don't know if that's to throw you off or if it's just there because they felt like it, but both ladders go to the exact same place, and I just thought it was kind of stupid that they put it there. Or no, never mind. One goes to the outside of the gate and one goes to the inside of the gate, so my mistake. Those ladders were put in different places, but from a faraway distance it looked like they were pretty much put in the same place. It's crap like that that just confuses the hell out of me, you know? And look at this. We can refresh at this place. There's even a trader here, which is kind of a weird place for a trader to be underground in a sewer. But you can buy items, accessories, weapons, things like that. I'm going to pick up some ground-up bombs. And I'm going to do that for a boss battle that's coming up a lot later, but I'm going to do it now that I remember to do so. I'm gonna buy a rough edge for Seth, probably gonna pick up one for Kime for later on, and I'm gonna pick up some earrings of wisdom as well because I'm gonna need those for the next battle. For some reason I didn't think of it at the time, but I go back and get it. I just had a brain fart there temporarily. Wanted to save my game, I guess. I'm gonna make sure to put all that crap on Seth because I will forget, and I always do. So you really, I cannot stress it enough that you want to buy earrings of wisdom, or you want to have some type of earrings that will give your characters magic, or else you are going to be right screwed over for the next boss battle. You will be so screwed. Alright, this is another switch puzzle, which are my favorite, but this one's actually really easy to figure out. What you're going to do is you just want to leave the gate on the right-hand side and the gate on the left-hand side down, and then you want to come over to the switch and then raise this switch up. That's all you have to do. You don't have to touch any of them except for the middle one. So once you've risen the gate up and drained the water, you make it rise or make it fall back down, and then you can cross it over. Because there's a ladder here. So that one was a very easy puzzle to do. That was a lot easier than the other one we had. Let me tell you, that one was a pain in the ass. It was just awful. There's nothing to collect here. Just gotta take the stairs if I can get to it. Thank you. Like that one. That is so unnecessary. There's a ladder there. There's no need for that shortcut. I don't know. Now over here is a hidden pod, which you wouldn't be able to see unless you moved your camera, which I have missed time and time again. I cannot tell you how many times I've missed that. And it's pissed me off because I can't come back and get it because this is a one-time only area. So that's been some great fun for me.
Magic energy is leaking out.
The magic energy storage tanks. Whoa.
And this is kind of we're getting near the end of the sewers. This is near the very end. This is the magic tank area where all the magic energy is stored. I mean, how much magic energy does Gongora have? He's got Grand Staff, he's got Acolytes, he's just got all this crap. I mean, he has prepared for this. He is just freaking well prepared, I tell you. This area can be a little bit confusing because you have to move some stairs, and there's several different paths you can take once you actually move the stairs. So with this first switch, you can move the stairs because that's going to create your way out. And you don't have to worry about being confused, obviously, because it's just going to take us from where we were to where we want to go. The second one, you don't want to push until you explore what's up here first, which is basically just a shortcut. This will take us right back to where we started from, in the very beginning, where we just came in. So you can create that shortcut if you want. It's not really necessary, but I do it anyways. Why not, right? And then you're gonna want to move the stairs. Because you get a chest, yay! More treasure for us. And that's it. We can go down the stairs that we just moved to create our way out, which will create our way out. Well, not out, but out of this area. You'll notice there's a treasure chest on the left-hand side there. Don't worry, I didn't miss it. We have to get it later. And I will be getting it later. To my knowledge, I didn't miss any treasure chests or any items in this area to pick up, so I think I did pretty good. And if not, we'll find out, because I can go to the auction house and pick up everything that I missed in this area that I can never come back to. Now you come back to the Conduit, which is an area we were in before. Head beeline it straight south when you get here to pick up a pot. Then after that, take a left, and you'll get brought to another area that we were previously in. We've already been to the Conduit earlier in this area, in this video, I think. And then we're going to go back to the treatment plant, which is another area we were in earlier, where we actually saw the merchant. This is the same area we saw the merchant, so we can get that chest and then we can leave. Basically, because we've already been here, so those are just two things that were off limits before. And the game will do that where it'll give you these little chests and things like that. It'll throw you off like, oh, I've already been to this area. There can't be anything more, but there is, and there always is. Trust me. And in the next video, we're going to continue on, and I'll be seeing you guys then. Thanks for watching.